Hello, welcome to We Should Have Gone to University. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Damien.
No Jamie.
No
Okay.
Jamie.
Sorry, Jamie fans.
Are there Jamie fans?
I think so. Well, people mentioned his drumming and stuff.
Oh, nice.
We had some emails like saying, "Oh, Jamie would appreciate the drumming, etc."
So there's people that at least recognize that Jamie's a part of the podcast. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How are you, Dame? How's life?
Pretty good, man. Dude, it's been hot as hell. Like, we hit rainy season, like, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
It fucking hit hard.
Yeah, it's hot and rainy, so God. So, by the way, if you're a new listener, we live in Japan. We have a band. This podcast is about being in a band and new metal and things like that. So, yeah. Yeah, it is. Rainy season just started. So, literally, this whole week is now going to be rainy. So, I fucking can't stand it. I don't mind it because it's just I like the hot, but the rain just ruins it, doesn't it?
The rain ruins it. It makes it humid. You just never get dry.
Very moist. Yeah, that's good. So, what have you been doing?
Playing board games a lot.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
We had a gig on Sunday.
We did have a gig this past Sunday. It was pretty.
Yeah. Our band is called Answer Me. So we have a mixed American, British, Japanese band in Japan. And yeah, we had a gig on Sunday. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, I had a good time.
I had fun.
Right.
It's the first time to play that venue, right? The Conquest.
That was our first time. Dude, there's a guy that he won the lottery or something and he bought everyone a beer.
He was in the singer of one of the other bands.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
He was awesome.
He was a rare Japanese vocalist because like how do we say it? Like what's the word? They don't look people in the eye. There's no eye contact, whatever.
No,
but he was like full on up the front.
Like they're always aggressive, but it's always like inward. It's never outward. And this guy was out, like he was engaging the crowd like crazy.
Yeah, he won the lottery and bought everyone a beer. Fair dues. That's what you do, right? Yeah, I liked his band too. They were really cool.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the first time playing that venue. Sound was good. Just nice little vibe to it.
Yeah, they didn't have a ticket pre-sale either. They said just bring as many people as you can, right? That was pretty rare.
Yeah.
Different way to do things.
Yeah, it was great. And we didn't have to do anything after, money or anything.
It was a smooth gig, yeah.
I much prefer that in a way.
I think the venues always like want to make a certain amount of money and stuff, but ultimately it just makes it hard on the artists and the people that are bringing people in, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, all I've been doing this last week is I just go down YouTube rabbit holes, man.
Oh, boy.
So there's this old show in England. It's called Airline.
Okay.
And basically it's just, do you have like, what's the budget airlines in America? Like the cheap ones?
Spirit or what is it now? Frontier is like the budget. It's low. It's shitty.
Really low, right? Yeah. So we have one called EasyJet.
Okay. I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like orange. Anyway.
Yeah, I've heard of this, yeah.
It's so cheap. It's like, you can pay like 20, like, I don't know, like $40, $50 just to go to Greece, return or whatever. It's insanely cheap.
But it's probably like a horrible flight, right?
Well, apparently, it's pretty good. It's fine. It's just but anyway, this show, it's like a documentary. They just put cameras at the front desk of this, in like Liverpool Airport, Luton Airport.
Is it fake or is it real?
Well, see, I'm sure half of it is like
scripted.
But actually, now I think about it, I don't think it is because like it's an airport. They can't really rig it up because it's such a busy place, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's just genuine because all that happens is like people are late for check-in.
Oh,
so then they're like, I'm 5 minutes late or whatever, and they're always shouting, and the staff are dealing with it. And I've been watching every episode. It's so
What's
interesting.
It called again?
Airline. You can literally just YouTube Airline and then watch it, and it's hilarious. And it's 99% French people. Like I watched one, some French woman. She in France. They let her from Paris to England.
Okay.
They let her put her cat in her bag. Like she put it in a bag and put it on as hand luggage.
Okay.
So then when she goes back, they're like, "No, you can't take that. We got to put that in quarantine, or whatever." Yeah. And she's like freaking out about it. And but in the day, but sometimes I'm like, "Oh, fair enough," because they let her take it. Why wouldn't they let her take it back?
Japan has that. Like you can take stuff out of the country really easily, but you can't fly it back in as easily.
I see. Yeah, so like in some way it's kind of understandable, and it's just funny like watching these people. Yes, nothing to do with music, but that's what
it's a guilty pleasure.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, so this week we're going to be diving into Deftones White Pony. Now, Jamie actually suggested Deftones because he's a big fan. Damien and I we're not.
I just
exactly
haven't listened to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So going to be chatting about that. But anyway, before we do that, we had emails and a little bit of fan interaction, whatever.
Nice.
I actually like posted to my friends like, "Oh, give me some of your band stories, whatever."
Oh no!
So one of them I thought was kind of funny because we can relate to this. Is my friend Ash? He said they were playing a gig and they were carrying like a amp and cabinet up the stairs,
Okay.
And the other guy almost dropped the head. He didn't drop it. He almost did it. Whatever. It. So they kind of like, what the fuck? Do you know drop? And then they had an argument, whatever, from
on
dropping shit. Yeah. And I was thinking, oh god, like I've never dropped even my own gear. But think of it, look at amps and drums and things like that. Oh my god, I can't imagine like dropping especially a tube head. Like a guitar head is fucking expensive.
Yeah,
like,
cracking that.
And if not someone else's fault, almost dropped it. Like I would. Yeah, I've been lucky. I've never dropped anything, drums, guitar, amps, or anything like that. I've been lucky. Have you ever dropped anything?
No, you know what happened? I had a friend. I had an acoustic guitar, an Ovation acoustic that was like $600. So it was like, that's a decent acoustic.
That's a good, yeah.
And I was playing it, and me and my friend were being stupid, and he threw a slipper at the guitar. Okay. He meant to hit me, and it hit the guitar and cracked it.
Oh shit!
And it's a plastic, one of those plastic backed ones. So it had like, I don't know what the fuck the problem was, but it's like structurally pretty weak. Like it cracked it.
Oh no! What was your reaction?
It went like very rapidly from like wow to rage to like laughing about it in like the span of like 20 seconds. You could just see it over my face. Because he was like, "Oh fuck, are you gonna lose it on me?" Because that was my only guitar at the time.
Yeah, that's a lot of money too. Right?
It was a lot of money. It meant a lot to me. Like, and it played fine afterwards. It's just stupid. And I put a Band-Aid over it actually to like be like a joke. Like, yeah, that's the only thing I've broken. That's the only thing I've like fucked up like that.
Yeah, I've never done that. I never had anything like. I've been lucky, but anyway, guys, did you have anyone emailing?
Send us a horror story. Yeah,
we should have gone to university@gmail.com. Tweet us, man. I want to hear some of your dropping gear stories because I have been lucky. I literally can't off the top of my head. Never broken a guitar or anything like that. Never amp. I bet there's there must be stuff like with guys. When you borrow someone's gear, like if I don't have an amp, can I borrow? And you break it. Like, do you ever have that? Like Jamie said, he doesn't lend people cymbals. Cymbals he won't let. Because cymbals are expensive and etc. So I've borrowed a few guitars, but I was fine.
I definitely dented the mic at the last show.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how, but we played the first song and I look back and the thing has got like a big divot in it. Like, I mean, it's just the grill, so you can push it back out. But I know how like the sound guys here are just like super touchy about, because we had a gig a couple. It was last year sometime. We played at Mugen.
Yeah.
And you're like, somebody asked if it was okay that I move around and like I get the mic out of the stand and stuff. And the sound guy said, sure, it's fine, but if you break that mic, you're going to pay for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ayami had like translated all this stuff for me.
Okay.
So like playing that same place last time, I was like, oh fuck, like, is he gonna be like inspecting every mic after this set or not? And he didn't say shit. Like, he was like, good set.
Huh.
Got away with it.
Huh. Interesting. I think I remember a little something about that. Anyway, also I talked to another friend, my friend Jack. Well, he's actually he's not a musician. He's an engineer, mixer, whatever. Okay. And he said he's never had any problems with bands, but one of the biggest problems he's had is, so like now everyone does everything digital, right?
Yeah.
So when you record all the tracks, you bounce everything down and then you send it to the engineer, right?
Right. But compress it into like a big file
exactly.
Kind of
but you should, if you're the best, the etiquette is to name everything: bass, left guitar, vocal, whatever. But he said like some guy just sent him all these files with no names on them, whatever, and just like bunch of MIDI notes to mix in, whatever. And he's like, fuck, I'm not doing that. Like, it's because it is a big thing, like when you send them
How many tracks would that have been? I mean, it's just a mess. I've seen when you record, like even my vocals takes up like 40 different slots. Like,
no, I do a thing. I make all the files: drums, guitars, vocals, and I name everything individually and send it, right? And it's just etiquette to send to the fucking, they're mixing it and they're mastering it, whatever.
Fuck.
God. So anyway. And who else did I talk to? There's one thing I forgot to talk about last week.
Okay.
He mentioned Muse.
Oh, does he like Muse?
I think so.
There are like Muse fans are fucking hardcore about Muse. Like they like.
Oh, I know, but all my friends
people are like, you
them.
have to like listen to this song, check this out.
I've never gotten it.
Yeah,
me neither.
I think it's always like it's one of those things that like people like because they're so enthusiastic about it, it instantly puts you off. You're like, I
like Plug-in Baby and stuff like that. Okay. I like it, but I'm not like oh that's. I think he's an amazing singer.
Who is it? My brother compared him to Freddie Mercury one time, and I was like, easy.
I don't know, because I do see...
Similarities?
I do see like how good he is, like his guitar playing, etc., the riffs, and like his singing. He is incredible, but it's just like I said, it just doesn't hit me.
It doesn't
to the where I'm like passionate about it. But I don't agree with your brother, but like I do think I think he's really talented. He is really talented. The whole band is, but like some of the songs, like I dive deep into Muse. I've downloaded everything and listened to a lot of this stuff. No, because that's what I do with bands. I don't even Deftones. I listened to them when I was younger, but I checked them out. I was like, give me all that we got. I listened to them. So that's what I do. Is like I don't just listen to one track. I'll listen to everything. Like the Ramones, like people say, like most people never even listen to the Ramones. Like I would literally, I prefer to be into one band at one time and then go through everything they got and then see what they do later.
It's like reading a book or something, right? Like you're just going to get in there and get to know it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know until you've gone through the whole thing, right? And that's what I like to do. But yeah, so Muse, I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're just they're okay. But people are passionate about them. Like you said, your brother, all my friends are massive into Muse, whatever.
Like music, I have a similar thing. I download an album and I mix it into my normal. I have like a mix of like 600 songs or so.
Oh, okay.
That I've like weeded out the bad stuff that I don't like. And so like I put that album in there and then I let those songs mix into the thing. And if like anything sticks out as like a good one, then I keep it. If it just like jars, then I just I get rid of it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I do too. Right? I'll go through the album track by track.
Right.
And I have my iPod. Anything I want to keep, I give 5-star.
That's smart.
Anything I don't want to keep, I give 1-star drop off. And then it all gets put into the 5-star folder, which is the stuff which is not 100% going to be on my iPod, but it's a possibility.
It's good, yeah.
And then when I go out or whatever, I just into that playlist all the time. And I'm just like, this is good. And then I'll delete or whatever. And, that's what I do.
Spotify's missing that because they just have like a thumbs up icon, which downloads it to your computer or your phone.
That's
it. There's no rating system.
That's why I don't like the streaming services. I like iTunes MP3 because I can delete and I can judge it. It's just easier to do for me anyway. Anyway, Deftones, right? So, blah, blah, blah. How the hell did you hear about Deftones, Dave? Do you have any history with them?
Deftones, I think I heard about them first in like a Revolver. Do you guys have that magazine?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like the American Kerrang or something like that. Like a bunch of heavy metal acts and new metal and stuff. But I think I read an interview that it stuck out to me because it said Chino like slams John Davis or slams Korn. Like basically Chino talks shit about Korn.
What did he say about Korn?
Exactly.
Do you remember what he said?
I remember because it was around the same time that White Pony had come. It was after White Pony had come out, and he didn't like whatever. I don't remember what album it was. I think it was Untouchables or Issues. He didn't like one of those two, and he said like John Davis is like a whiny bitch, and like all his songs are just like negative, and all he does is whine on the record, like. And as a guy that had only listened to Korn and only like thought Korn was like the pinnacle of music, I was like, fuck the Deftones immediately, like just off the bat. So they had come up, they're like fighting an uphill battle with me. Yeah, that was my first experience with them.
Do you call them the Deftones too?
Is it the Deftones or is it Deftones?
I think it's Deftones, but I love when people say...
I Googled it today and it was Deftones.
Yeah, I love when people say like a band name and put the at the front of it. Yeah. Like it happens a lot.
I would say the Korn.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
The Mastodon.
Yeah, but some bands it sounds right. The Deftones sounds...
Yeah.
But then it sounds like a totally different band. If it's, do you like the Deftones? Right. It sounds like
a punk band or something.
Oh, to me it sounds like the Deftones sounds like a ska band or something.
Rockabilly?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway. Yeah, well, for me, I only...
What about you?
I think I remember seeing the song called Back to School or something. The video was on like the music channels and I just thought, this is shit. Like it was on all the time and I was like, this is a terrible song. Like, I thought it was shit. I hated his voice. I hated the guitar tone, everything. I fucking hated it. And then I remember seeing the White Pony album and they're always in the interviews in Kerrang magazine. And I was named Chino Moreno. A really catchy name, whatever.
He has like a rock star name for sure. It sticks out.
Yeah. And I just do not get it. And I didn't even listen to one other song. I'd only heard that song.
Right. The Back to School song?
Yeah, that's all I heard. But then I just hated his voice. And then my friend Gareth, he was obsessed with them. And he just put like I think it might have been this album, I don't know. But I couldn't stand his whiny voice. I thought, this is the whiniest voice ever. Yeah. Like the way
Man,
breathing.
You're just like saying everything that I was like listening to this past month.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
yeah, man.
But like I remember I downloaded like there's an album where there's a girl on the front and it's like looking down.
Something Around the Fur?
Or maybe that one.
Yeah.
I downloaded that and I just can't remember anything. All I remember is that it just didn't connect with me. And I just thought, I don't like them. And that's all I have. James, yeah. All right, so Deftones White Pony, it's the third album, released June 20th, 2000, sorry.
I was like, whoa.
By Maverick Records, which was started by Madonna. And
I was about to say, I haven't heard too many people off of Maverick.
Yeah, it's
that
weird,
name doesn't
right?
ring any bells.
I wonder how they got involved with this record label. Yeah, okay. First album to feature Frank Delgado, who...
That's the synth guy, right?
He became full-time on turntables and synths, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. 2000, right? You got to get some turntables, right? Now, at least they did into new metal. I'm happy about that.
We should make a new metal checklist. Like, does that turntables have down two guitars?
What's the checklist? Yeah.
Is somebody wearing a baseball cap?
Yeah, baseball cap, down tune guitar.
This pants got to be sagging.
Yeah. What about musically though?
Ooh. No solos.
Yes,
can't have a guitar solo.
Yeah.
The chorus has to be screamed.
Yes.
And would you classify that as a breakdown? Because like I feel like every new metal song has to have like a part where it's like
gotta be just heavy, right?
Yeah.
Hence the metal part, right?
Yeah.
All right, and it's actually the first record with Chino on rhythm guitar.
He played guitar on this?
Yeah. Well, I always thought he was a guitar player. I always saw him with a guitar. But then I was like, this is the first time he recorded with a guitar. So, yeah, I think I hear that the other guitarist was just not writing anything or was only just doing heavy shit. And he was like, he basically just took it on himself to write stuff, I guess, anyway.
Wow.
Recorded at Larrabee Sound Studios and the Plant Recording Studios, which I guess is in Los Angeles because that's where they're from, I guess. Guys on the album was Chino Moreno on vocals and rhythm guitar. I think is it Chino Moreno or Chino Moreno?
I would say Chino Moreno.
Yeah, because my team Liverpool, we have a player called Moreno, and
that makes sense.
But before, I think I would call it Chino Moreno because I don't know, whatever. Stephen or Stefan Carpenter on lead guitar. I don't know if there's a PH there. It's usually a Stefan, but you say Stephen too, right?
We'll say Stefan if it's PHAN. Stefan.
Okay, I see.
Stefan.
Maybe. Okay. Stephen Carpenter. Chi Cheng on bass. He passed away, right? He died, I think.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, because I remember seeing a whole thing about him. But I was like, I don't care about Deftones.
Oh, wait, yeah. I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, I don't know how he died. Whatever, I'm not sure. Abe Cunningham on drums. Abe.
That's it? They're 4-piece? Oh, plus the guy on the synths.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy too. And then Frank Delgado. Oh, yeah, that's right. Keyboards. Yeah, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 guys. Produced by Terry Date and mixed by him too, So once again, back to Incubus Science.
Is that a normal thing for a producer to do the mixing as well? Or is that kind of, like nowadays, is that kind of frowned upon?
No, that's usual. Like the producer usually mixes it.
Yeah.
Oh, but it depends.
Like a director doing his own edits kind of thing?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Well, if it's Terry, I think it's everyone's different, right?
Okay.
But yeah, there are like Andy Wallace mixes a lot of stuff, but he doesn't actually produce it. So I guess it depends, doesn't it? But yeah, you're right. And mastering is always someone different.
Right.
That's a totally different art. Yeah, this was mastered by Howie Weinberg. Fucking hell, like masters everything. Aerosmith, Arctic Monkeys and shit. Like,
okay.
Everything. Yeah. So there's some trivia into this album. Guys, and if you're listening to this and you have any interesting things to say about Deftones,
please educate us, please.
Yeah, I have no idea. So apparently the album was titled before songs were written. So White Pony.
That's an interesting... I mean, I would do that with a concept album. I don't know why you would do that with... Because I've read his Wikipedia. He's like... It's not really a concept album, but it is at the same time. I don't fucking know. Like,
yeah, I tried to get away from Wikipedia. I tried to go to like just find articles
like
and interviews, whatever.
Yeah.
And he said apparently, this is a quote, "We are the White Pony amongst other bands."
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Don't say that. Come on. But yeah, I guess White Pony could be like a drugs thing as well, couldn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. So apparently on this album too, Steven and Chino were fighting about the music on this album, which is interesting, right? Because
who's Steven?
He's a guitar player.
Okay.
So apparently he wanted to be heavy, and Chino wanted to be softer, kind of stuff. And yeah, like I guess this is when it gets tough, right? That's what you have side projects for, right? Because but when I think about Deftones, I always think of that kind of chilled out, whimsical thing
to it.
Like I don't think of them as a heavy band, but I guess they are. So in a way, I'm on Chino's side there because
I think like there's always this battle between like the people that have the most kind of creative control in a band.
Yeah,
and there's always this battle between like, do we go heavier or do we write songs that are going to kind of entertain us? And sometimes those are heavy, but sometimes it's softer. Sometimes it's like more melodic.
Yeah.
And you get kind of, when you're a band like Deftones, this is their third album, right?
Yes.
You get into your third album and you have a very distinct sound and a fan base that wants that specific sound. You know, I don't know if it's a trap, but you can fall into the rhythm of being
absolutely.
Like, of playing to what people want to hear.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's absolutely a thing. Like the whole Arctic Monkeys thing last year. Like the band Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, but what happened?
Well, sorry, they released a new album, but there's like no guitars on it. It's just like a lounge music album.
What the fuck?
But at the same time, people complain, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And then half are like, "Well," some people are like, "Oh, this is genius," etc. It's like, well, I think it's interesting, whatever. But if you're expecting an Arctic Monkeys album, that I'm not saying that they're both right. The band,
right.
the band has
right.
they have complete right and
to record
to do whatever
the
fuck they want to do,
right.
right? Yeah. But at the same time, they can't be angry or like, why are the fans upset? It's like because they liked you because of this thing,
right?
You know, it's like having like a girlfriend and you just completely change. Like it's all it's like when like guys they just lose it all and they just get bigger and they gain weight and they grow their hair longer or like even though they go bald or something and they're like, oh, she loves me anyway. It's like, well, you need to take care of yourself.
She loved you.
Yeah, that time, right? Yeah. But they're both right. The band has every right to record whatever the hell they want, but the fans have every right to say, this is shit and I'm not going to buy it,
I don't want it. I don't like it.
So I want to know, so Jamie's not here to give us his opinion, but like, I wonder what he thought about hearing some of these chilled songs because I guess
I'm sure because he had said that like he didn't like the direction that this one went or something like that. He had alluded to it. I feel bad for bands that have like a level of success because they end up inevitably like disappointing somebody.
Absolutely.
And when you have nowadays, it's got to be even more brutal because you have the internet. You have people that have direct access to you.
Yeah.
Your personal Instagram, your Twitter, your fucking whatever. They can write their shitty message right to your like your face,
I wonder how long it takes like famous people to get out of the rhythm of replying to comments. Do you know what I mean?
Because I reply to everything.
Yeah. Like because when you're like a medium success band, you probably reply like fuck you or whatever.
Yeah.
But like when you get to I wonder how long it takes where you just ignore it all.
Yeah, I'm sure I bet you pay somebody to just sit there and like delete, get rid of that shit.
Yeah, I always think about that. Yeah, because I like seeing some people because some people still do it. They reply like.
Oh,
I know Bill Burr does it all the time, and because he says it's fun,
Yeah.
But like he's not world famous, right?
Can you imagine the emotional toll that takes on you though? To like having to sit there and engage every single shitty comment, not even emotional, but just like psychological. Like you have to be exhausted afterwards. If you have 500 comments from people, even if they are positive, Like imagine, how like I don't know if you've had this experience, but like on Facebook when it's your birthday and you get 30 people writing. Happy birthday, Damien. Happy birthday. And you're like, okay, I can either write thank you right back to them, or I can sit there and do like, after they're all done tomorrow, I'll write like a thank you for all the birthday wishes.
I would do that.
Yeah, that's what most people end up doing.
It's understandable, right? Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, that's why Japan still has fax machines because like sending an email is too cold.
It is.
You got to like write it out and they have to see that you wrote it with your hand.
And hand signed it.
It's mental, isn't it? Yeah, cool. All right. Well, also by the way, when they were recording, this is when they started taking drugs and shit, whatever. And they were playing Tony Hawk's, the game. They were so addicted to this
Really?
game. that they just couldn't record because they were addicted. I never played Tony Hawk's, but it was a huge game because I think a lot of rock music came out on those games.
Yeah, it was a good like way to.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me like, oh, I hear them on this or that, whatever.
Then you go buy the album.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let's get into it. The first track is called Fate de Serra. I don't know.
Yeah, how the fuck do you say
It looks Portuguese. It's Portuguese. Fate de Serra. I don't know, so I'm butchering the pronunciation.
Is that the first track? I thought it was Pink or something Maggot. Am I confused?
Pink Maggot? That's
not
like
Pink Maggot. Fuck.
That's the last song, right? That's like the bonus track.
God damn it. Dude. Okay, here's the other thing with this album.
Yeah.
There's like 6 different versions of it. There's a bunch of different like US release, European release, and they've changed the names and changed the order, I think, of some of it.
Oh, I had no idea about that.
Yeah. I was reading the wiki today and it said like there's a couple different versions of the album. And then when I went back to try and like compare songs from the album I was listening to the song, the track listing on Wikipedia, it didn't match.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. For me, this is the first song.
Huh. Okay. But it doesn't matter. I can't.
That's cool.
Remember
That's interesting though. I wonder why they did that. So what was the first song?
There's
Pink
like a bunch
Maggot?
of different. It wasn't Pink Maggot. It's the other Maggot. There's like there's 2 songs with the name Maggot in it.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe I don't fucking know.
Interesting. I have no idea.
Because I thought that the song was supposed to be first, and then they pushed it to second after like an argument from the guitarist or something like that. Anyways,
interesting.
On with Fetichera,
whatever it's called. Yeah.
Portuguese, nay.
Yeah. So, Dame, all right. So, what do you think?
So
the opening track, which is
thinking
very
of this,
important.
Looking at this as like an opening track, it's weak. It doesn't have any punch. It doesn't have like I hate doing comparisons, but you look at like an album that came around at the same time, like Fall to Leader. Their opening track was like it's strong. It's fucking really strong. At least it sticks with you. Like there's some memorable moments from it. And this one kind of just washes around. It sounds like a bunch of half ideas like pressed together.
I see.
To me.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing really is jumping out.
What do you think of his voice off the get-go? Like from the first song?
This one's not as bad as it gets. This one, it was tolerable. I got through the song. I've listened to this whole album about 5-6 times now, so this one's all right.
It's about fictional kidnapping.
Interesting.
So,
do you have any more information on that?
No, I mean, I don't know. I think...
I did know that he... what is it? He had stopped writing from a personal point of view and doing more like story type stuff, which is sometimes works for people, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah, but all I read is that it's a fictional kidnapping, and the name is from. It's just a Brazilian name he read in a magazine and just liked it. But
so
see,
it's not even.
But see, I kind of like that because like naming songs is so fucking weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like half like, should I just call it whatever the chorus is, or do we just pick like a random word
such a
out
battle.
of it? Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? And like you want it to be catchy and kind of like, what do you mean, like memorable? But at the same time, if you call it something random like this, but at least he's honest about it. Like he said, just something I read, which is
better than like making up some bullshit.
Yeah. Which is why. So next week we're going to be doing Tool and Nima, and basically my opinion is like the opposite for that because like I like that they're just straight up with this is what the song's about. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being like it's
mysterious and flowery
or pretending it's about something that it's not.
Right.
Whatever.
Trying to be deeper than it actually is. Yeah.
So that's why I quite like this. But anyway, I thought when I heard the song, the beginning guitar, I was like, I know this fucking song. I knew it.
From what?
It's Nick Diaz uses it as walkout music.
What a fucking weird track.
Diaz brothers love Deftones, so they're already cool.
They kind of look like they look like they could be like a roadie for the Deftones. Okay.
I know. I guess it's the Chicana like
it's
connection.
that Southern California vibe.
Yeah. I thought I'd heard it before, and I was like, so I think the drums sound really good on this album again. Once again, so by the way, our band is recording drums this weekend.
Fucking 2 days from now, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to getting like this kind of sound. You know, these like setting up a lot.
Drum sound.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up a lot of room mics and things like that and get that done. So I'm really excited. But I think like. So my thing of the song was the guitar tone. At the beginning, I was like, that's a shit tone. But the more I listened to it, I was like, it's kind of just sound. It's kind of unique. I was like, that's a kind of cool guitar tone, which is kind of cool. But yeah, the structure's good. It doesn't go full heavy, and like, how do I explain it? I'm trying to think of an analogy. So, like with his voice, it's not bad. It's just, you know, like, I think the best thing I can think of is like Wi-Fi. You know, like
it's a 2-bar signal instead of a 3.
No, it's like there's, you know, you can connect to some things and you don't to others. You know, like I just don't have I don't have the passcode to connect to his Wi-Fi. You know, like a lot of people do, but I just get no connection. I can see, I'm sure. Oh yeah, people are telling me, my internet's really, really good. You know, but I just can't connect to that Wi-Fi, and I'm sure it's great, but you know what I mean. I can't. It's more of it's not bad or it's not good to me. It's just whatever.
I'm just on this track.
In general, but yeah, especially in this track as well.
All right, well, like, let's see if it.
Like his voice seems a bit, and my other problem, right, is that the vocals are mixed way too high on this album, especially this song. Like, it's so high. Like it's higher than it should be.
Yeah. I mean, that seems like a deliberate choice to me, and I think it works on some of these tracks. So as we go through, like, there's a couple songs that stick out to me that I'm like, oh, like that like vocal mix is like.
Well, is it because like he was like, oh, push my vocals up louder, or was it like, because I'm not a Deftones fan. There's 3 albums before this, so are the fans saying like, oh, we love the vocals, you know, you know, like in some bands there's a star.
Yeah,
like people.
There's a thing that people want.
Yeah,
highlighted.
like people want to hear this and they want to hear that, you know. And so I'm not sure, but I don't know. It's like this song I've written a bunch of times, and I agree with you. It's a weak intro to kick off with.
I mean, could you, like, we were just talking about like song structure, like how to build our next CD. Like we always want people to like imagine you're fucking 16, that you put the CD on. You've never heard of this band before, but you put the CD on. You want it to like knock their fucking socks off and hold on to them, I guess.
But this album is so famous and popular, so obviously we just don't get it.
Something.
Yeah, we just don't get it. Yeah.
Are they riding like a wave that, like,
I don't know,
or are they hitting something we're not?
You're right though, isn't it? Because compared to like the other music that was out at the time, like why would you be into this?
You have Limp Bizkit. You have
I know.
You have like Kid Rock. You have a bunch of bands that are like. You know.
Well, I think Kid Rock is much better than Deftones, and I'm not even joking. Yeah. Oh, we're doing Kid Rock. Don't worry. Like I see that's another thing about me is like I like people who are just like terribly but like smart in a way, you know. Like obviously this band is much musically better than Kid Rock, but I just love what Kid Rock is. You know, that's why I love America. You know, it's because like
Kid Rock is America.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I love America compared to other countries, and like we always joke about freedom and stuff like that, but America generally does have as free as possible as possible as it is for humans to be ever, you know.
I think we don't realize that until we step outside of our own country too.
Absolutely
you know,
not,
we're
man.
just so locked in.
I'm from Europe, man, and it's like America. You know, I read a lot of books, and I'm interested in how things work, and I'm like, when you read about like just how America works, you know, it looks bad because of the population.
Right.
You know, like there's there's a lot of gun violence, etc.
A lot of that.
But that is due to, it looks bad because of the numbers of people, you know? If you got 10 people and 1% of them is a crazy person, that's one person, right? But if you got like billions of people, it looks much worse. And obviously having like 100,000 people die from guns everywhere is terrible. But
I mean, the gun issue is a big cultural problem.
Yeah.
Because like it's a part of our
constitution. But it's an important part though.
It
like,
is
mentally as well, you know. And I'm not saying guns. Obviously, in a perfect world, we shouldn't need guns or nukes or anything like that. But like in the way that the world works is with democracy, and that means a government. And if your government is above you, like in England, like we can't do shit. If the police come to my house, what am I going to do? Hit them with a fucking sock or something? You're like, I got nothing to defend.
I thought what you guys had was like socks full of quarters.
Yeah, well, my dad used to have like pool balls in a thing or whatever. It's hilarious. You know what I mean? No, it's a mental state of mind. That's why when those guys, George Washington, all those guys went over to America to start the country, they realized, listen, you can't have the people beneath the government. It's got to be equal. Even if it's not, you got to have this idea. So everyone's got guns. So then nobody can say, well,
ideally, but people still feel like they're being trodden upon.
Of course,
and that's the problem.
But like I said, it's the most freedom you can possibly have. It's in the world.
Yeah, but it's kind of fake, really. Like, because like,
exactly,
it's total bullshit. Like,
but it's more, but it's less bullshit than every other country. Do you know what I mean?
I guess so.
You know what I mean?
So.
Everything is bullshit. You know, like in England, we get like a week to vote for everything, and
damn,
it's really really short. Like the whole Brexit thing was just like sprung on us, and then you have to decide.
I guess no.
But and you know, it's a whole. You know, humans are difficult. You know, even like England, like people would. You know, if an army invaded England, they would only worry about the army, but like. No one's going to attack America because literally there's guns on every fucking corner. So you know, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into that, but
it's a whole other podcast.
No, exactly. But you know, obviously there's all you can talk about the negatives as much as you can.
It is the land of dreams.
Yeah,
I'll give you that much. You know,
exactly.
It is definitely
that's how it works. You know, and but in the context of this, you know, it's like I can't understand why in the land of the free. And home of the brave, people are listening to Deftones.
They have the freedom to choose shitty music.
Yeah. Anyway, all
next song.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, 2 out of 5.
Oh, Jamie texted me his like.
No. We're not doing that. No, don't read his fuck. Dude, if he wants to defend the Deftones, he's got to be here.
All right, I'll just give you what he said. Right, I'll give him his rating. Jamie, 4 out of 5.
I gave that picture a 2 out of 5.
Track 2, well, in some places, Digital Bath. Yeah, cool name, Digital Bath.
Yeah.
I read that he kind of weird scenario. He pictured a scenario of a girl going to his basement, taking a bath, and then he threw an electrical device in, and then took her out of it. It sounds like a sexual fantasy or something.
Kind of a weird, yeah.
Yeah, well, I read
control over women or something like that. What the fuck?
Does that work? Is that a real? Like you throw?
I think so.
Electrical things in
because water's a pretty hardcore conductor. So
yeah, it is. I don't know because I remember seeing. Ever see that movie What Women Want with Mel Gibson?
Yeah,
he's there.
Yeah,
he's like in the bath and the hairdryer falls in and just
that's
shocks
what causes him to have his crazy power, right?
And then he can read women's minds. And I was like, oh, is that real? Anyway, stupid. I like the vibe, and do you know what? This is a weird song because. I started listening to this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. When I first read it, I was like, it's boring.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping listening and it's really grown on me.
This is a grower. Yeah.
Really grown me as a vibe. And
I like this song. Yeah. I like this song a lot.
Yeah, I didn't like it. The chords, I like the guitar chords. I like the drums sound great. His voice is not great again, but it's like that thing he does. Like,
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like it sounds like somebody heard Change in the House of Flies once and was like, I can write a song like that. Like that's what this sounds like is some scraps, some leftovers from
I agree
from
with
a
that.
hit. You know,
it's a cool vibe. It's good, and I like when it changes into the heavy part 2. It's good.
Yeah.
It's weird because like when I first heard it, I was like, nah, one
right, skip it
off it. Yeah, I hated it, but yeah, I really like it. It's cool, just cool vibe. I like it. But yeah, apparently it's about like it sounds like a sexual fantasy, I guess.
Lyrically, that sounds kind of weird to me.
But see, even though I like that he said that he did that. Like, imagine like writing a song about I like women's feet or whatever, and then you just like like digital foot bath or something. You know, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I quite like his straight upness.
There's something nice about honesty, but there's also something like. It's unnerving. You're like, wait, hold on. Why would you say that? Why you need to explain this a little bit more, or stop saying that.
Well, see, even like, what are the who writes about sexual fantasies in songs? Can you think of anyone?
John Davis does that sometimes.
Oh yeah, he wrote about like the dead bodies and shit, whatever. Right? See,
what was the line? I want to slit your throat and fuck the wound.
That's it. Slipknot, right?
Yeah, but what's the song?
Done fucked. Spit It Out, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Spit it out. I don't know. We're gonna get an email over this, but
yeah. See, I'm completely vanilla with that. I have no I've never had like a fantasy thing, whatever. Like, well, someone put one on me once. So this girl I used to date, like I broke up with her. It's like years and years later, and then I got this job, and then when I was there, there was some guys who knew her, and. I don't know what's happened, but we were there, and all of a sudden they were like laughing at me, and we were like bantering, whatever. And he goes, "Oh, Ashley, shut up! You like getting your eyeball licked." I was like, "What?"
Because you were with this person.
Yeah. So apparently apparently he'd hang out with her, got drunk or something, and she had told them that I was sexually aroused by having my eyeball licked, and I had literally I was like,
oh, fuck. Dude, let's write a song about this because this is awesome.
I couldn't believe it, but I was like, come on, she could have said anything, right?
Yeah.
You know,
but
listen,
see, like that's weird enough to believed.
Exactly.
Like,
so people believed it. But I was like, I'd never actually heard about it. Then I Googled it, and there's actually a whole thing about it. Yeah, and
oh, fuck.
Yeah, but I only Googled it recently because I still think about it a lot. I was like, why the hell? Why did she choose?
She like inadvertently put this weird fetish into your brain.
Yeah. I feel like Lars Ulrich in the Some Kind of Monster thing. Do you ever watch that? The documentary.
I've seen it, but I don't,
it's
I don't
like
know what you're talking
Lars
about.
Ulrich has got like $1 million paintings on his wall, and he's like explaining. He's like, why did he do that?
Yeah.
Why
how did he know when to stop?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a Jean-Michel Basquiat painting.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah, and he's like, how does he know when to stop?
Yeah.
What?
I know. That's how I feel.
About?
That's how I feel though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like with this situation. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why did she say that? She could have said, I like, like fucking cats or something, or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, that was a strange one. But I don't have anything like that, and I've never heard a song that really talks about that kind of topic. Yeah.
There's one thing to have that. It's another thing to be like, let's put that in a song.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Chino Marino is into chucking toasters in the bath with the hot girls, then I'm glad he's not my friend.
Glad he's not your lady friend. Yeah.
Oh, that would be even worse.
Yeah.
3 out of 5. I'm gonna give it 3.5 because it's growing on me more.
I'll give it a 4 because I actually think this is one of the better songs on the track, or on the album. I mean, one of the better tracks.
Yeah, I think so too. Jamie gave it 4 out of 5. Yeah. Track 3 is Elite. How do you pronounce that?
Elite?
No, okay, just checking. I know you Americans pronounce words funny.
We say it weird. Yeah.
What do you think of this, Tim?
Dude, that vocal, we just listened to it, but the vocal weird effect that he had on there immediately jumped out at me. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And this is one of the few times in the album that his vocals are mixed down. So maybe that's why it kind of like jumped out at me. I was like, oh, cool. Like he wasn't like, put my vocals at the front and put a crazy effect on it because it's the most important thing in the song. Like, it's kind of nice to have him be another instrument for a little bit.
When this did not, I was like, oh, here we go. Here's the new metal phase.
Totally.
Here's the sign of the times, whatever.
It has that head bob to it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, talking of sign of the time, I don't mean to like divert the thing, but when we talked to the guy Tim Rasmussen, he emailed in last week. Thanks for emailing Tim. He mentioned like, what do you think about bands who like changed their sound at the time? You know what I mean? Like he said like Slayer did Diabolus or whatever. They tried to change to try and fit in the new metal. Exodus did a grunge album.
Didn't Kiss
Anthrax.
go like...
Oh yeah, Kiss did a full-on grunge album, right? Oh, Metallica did Saint Anger. They down-tuned the guitars, etc., right?
No solos. And Kirk Hammett was so pissed about it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bands that like, they kind of... Do you remember any like famous bands that like changed their style to, fit in with those?
I feel like there's some chameleons out there that it works for them. Korn's one of those.
But do you remember like... But at the time, like... like
Pantera.
Yeah, they were like a rock band, but then because new metal was popular, they changed their sound to be more new metal.
Look,
I can't really think of anyone.
No, but the one that jumps out always to me is Papa Roach changing to an emo image and emo sound.
I said that before, but when I saw them on Download, I was like,
so blatant.
That's Papa Roach?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
anyway. All right, let's move on. And for me, I think this is well produced. The whole album is really well produced. Everything's clear and quite good, but the riff is heavy, so that finally the guitar player got his wish.
He got his heavy wish. Yep.
Yeah. So the vocal effect is cool, right? But
is it cool enough to save this track?
Do you think he's just on? Why is it on there? Is it to hide his scream or not? Because I feel really unconvinced by his scream.
I have a little background information. I listened to I went and found some practice footage, and they were practicing this song specifically. He can't sing this. Like he can't. Whatever notes it is that he's hitting, and like the trying to like the chorus part, the like dun 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 dun. I don't. He can't do it for some reason. Like his voice was breaking. He was pushing too hard. Like maybe he had just written the part or whatever. But the footage that I had seen earlier today, like his voice was cracking. He was having a hell of a time. He was like getting frustrated with it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's to kind of mask some stuff and some insecurities.
It sounds like that to me, because it sounds like he's doing. I haven't heard the other albums, but his scream is kind of unconvincing. Like he
just on this track, he does good screams other times throughout the album, but this one, for some reason, it sounds kind of.
It feels like he's putting too much into it. Like it's not controlled, whatever. It's like he's not actually. His voice is not doing what he wants it to do. He's just throwing it out and seeing what sticks, kind of thing. Yeah. But the effect is cool, like the robot voice, whatever. I like that.
And to Chino's credit, like this is before a lot of those guys had like vocal coaches and a lot of like the Melissa Cross DVDs, and like you could go to somebody and be like,
that's
"Hey,
true, that's true.
Teach me how to scream properly and teach me how to keep screaming key." Like this guy's just doing it from like, he's listened to a couple albums and he's taught himself, kind of thing. So
yeah. So like, I was gonna ask Jamie, like, what sound does he prefer, the heavy stuff or the chill stuff? Because I think so far anyway, Digital Bath is my favorite song, and it's a chilled kind of.
This is the opposite, simple, right? This has more of that hardcore, punky.
Yeah, I don't think they're that good at doing heavy songs.
Dude, he just like, I think the part that really bugs me is like the repetition part, like dun 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 dun. It just it doesn't. It sounds like
It's not interesting enough to warrant that. Yeah.
You know what a lot of these tracks have? It sounds like they put a mic in front of Chino and said, "Okay, just sing whatever comes to mind." Yeah. And he did it, and they said, "That sounds great," and they just like pushed it through to production. Like it doesn't have the polishness to it that I would hope a fucking third album from a hit band like this would have.
I kind of agree with you there. Yeah, it does. Especially this song, it sounds like that.
Sounds rushed.
Yeah. Well, the difference, like Digital Bath, just seems like that's a cool song. Everything is working in it.
Yep.
And the first one and this one is kind of heavy, and I'm just not into it. There's better heavy bands.
Yep. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. You know they're dipping their toe in that, and they're just not hitting it.
It's kind of like Radiohead. Like Radiohead started off like doing rock, and they were just like, fuck it, let's just do chill stuff, and they're much better
and
doing
it works
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you hear like they got this album called In Rainbows, and it's just all like keyboard, a little bit of delay guitar and things like that, and like it's untouchable in terms of like vibe and emotion, whatever. And like, see, that is amazing. And you hear like Creep is a good song, of course,
right?
But
there's nothing on In Rainbows that sounds like Creep.
Nothing like that. No, it's all like chilled up. But for me, Creep is a good song, and I can listen to it a bunch of times. But there are other good rock songs that like Creep is competing with like Smells Like Teen Spirit and all those songs at the time. Right. Whereas the stuff that they do now, I much prefer it. And with Deftones, I'm getting this feeling of like I quite like their chill stuff, and the heavy stuff I'm just it's not that good.
Yeah.
I give this 2 out of 5.
God, yeah, maybe I'd drop it down to a 1.5. Like this one really kind of.
Yeah, Jamie give it 5 out of 5.
Jamie, you got to be here to defend your shit. I don't.
No, he can't defend it. But we'll just say 5 out of 5, and we don't agree. You're a dick.
No, Jamie voted it a 1.
Yeah,
should have been here.
All right, let's give him all opposite. All right, next one. Track 4 is RX Queen.
That's a cool band. That's a cool song name. I like that.
Why is it cool?
It evokes a lot of imagery for me. Like a lot of different like.
What does
like
RX
between
mean?
RX is like. We have that on our, I said pediatricians. I meant, where do you get your medicine from?
Pharmacists?
Our pharmaceutical businesses and stuff have RX on it. The old school ones. A big R and a little X.
What does that stand for?
I have no idea. I think it has something to do with remedy, and I don't know what the X means, but.
Like it's like a prescription or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the Queen part too, because it just like evokes images of like powerful women and.
Queen always works, right? I mean, that's why they called their band Queen. It's brilliant.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah. Actually, Kings of the Stone Age doesn't work.
It doesn't work. No.
RX Queen. All right, yeah. What do you think of this song?
You know what this song made me think of was, what if Chino didn't sing for the Deftones and they had a different singer? Like, I just started imagining like someone, not better, but just a different person, a John Davis, a Maynard, like, what would that sound like, and that divorcing those two from each other made me realize like musically some of these songs are really well written and really well put together, like real well thought out, like verse choruses and cool interludes and stuff, and it comes back to Chino. Like Chino's not doing it for me again.
It's kind of dangerous to fire the singer though, isn't it? Like if you fire a guitarist, whatever, it really, like I know Iron Maiden did that. They did 2 albums with
a different singer or a different guitarist?
Singer. Well, they changed guitarists too, but like this, it didn't really matter because the Steve Harris, who's the bass player, he writes everything. So the guitarist play whatever he wants. Okay. But the singer, they had like a punky style, and then but he wasn't
weird.
Have you ever heard the first 2 Iron Maiden?
No.
Oh man, the first one, it does. You would never know it was Iron Maiden, but it's still great though. It's really cool, and yeah, but he had a good range, but like they wanted to progress as a band, and he couldn't do it vocally. But imagine the conversation though. How we're famous for this singer, the voice, but we're gonna get another one. And it's kind of risky. Guitarist and drums is fine because a drum sounds like a drum, doesn't it? But a voice is much more technical, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, imagine them fight. If they.
Well, look at how many bands that have just like completely failed after they get a new singer.
Yeah. It's the worst thing to do. So I know what you mean, but like he's got such a distinct voice. I mean,
that's the weird thing. Yeah, it like obviously attracts some people. Like
like I said, the Wi-Fi, mate. We don't have the Wi-Fi password. Yeah, Chino Marino. I don't know.
Cool riff though. That dun, dun, dun,
well, apparently
really,
this
like,
is this is apparently like the guitarist just wanted him to sing, but he wasn't writing anything. So Chino stepped up and did it, which is kind of interesting, right? Because like if you have a guitar-based band and the guitar player is not writing riffs, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
Yeah. He's not right. So what is it? He's not writing riffs, or he wasn't writing soft stuff like Chino wanted to sing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the breakdown at? Yeah. Like if you're like imagine if I approach you tomorrow, I'm like, dude, I'm only going to sing melodic now. Yeah. I'm not going to scream anymore. Like you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. I know. I don't know. But apparently they argued a lot, and they were all taking cocaine and doing a lot of drugs. Oh. And Scott Weiland is on this soundtrack.
Is he? He's on this track, isn't he?
Yeah, he does like a little backing vocal parts. It's hard to tell because
if there's cocaine, you can probably find a Scott
Weiland. Yeah, rest in
his
peace.
Soul.
Yeah, bless him. I like that moody riff is cool. Dun, 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 dun. I much prefer this kind of style.
The mood, like they set that mood with this track for sure.
But I think I'm with you. Like I like the mood of the music, etc. But
yeah, man, like Scott Weiland singing main on this would have been fucking sick.
His voice just doesn't. It's not up to par. It's interesting, but it's just not. It doesn't. I don't know.
You know what it is? I wonder if like Chino just like he's not that great of a singer, and he just keeps like making it, and he just keeps like, well, people bought that album, like and like almost like maybe we'll get some emails off of this or something like that. But when I watched him, I went and watched some live footage today. I watched a couple tracks. He just looks so uncomfortable. He looks so unconfident. He balls up. He like covers the mic. He covers his mouth.
That's my image of him, is like holding the mic, like
And then I watched some interviews. Same thing. Like just looks uncomfortable. Looks like he doesn't want to be exposed. He doesn't want the spotlight. He doesn't want. And you're talking about a singer. You're talking about somebody that like has to be in the front. I'm not saying you got to be like a social butterfly or like the fireworks in the room, but he just looks like he like. Oh God, please don't find out that I'm like a bad singer. Is how it translated to me. You know? And
I kind of I haven't seen any of the live footage, but I do get that from listening to this.
He has energy, but it's just whiny, hidey.
Yeah. So
not frontman stuff. I don't know.
Any listeners right now that are thinking
angrily typing on their
this
keyboard.
Is the Deftones bashing podcast. Well, the member who suggested us, the fan of Deftones, is not here, so he can't actually defend it.
Right.
But next time
I would love to hear. I mean, if somebody can enlighten me a little bit more as to like, what
is it about them?
What is it, and what is it about Chino specifically that people dig? Because I want to understand. I want to give him a fair shake. I want to.
Yep. I don't get it, but. I've always said that the vocalist is the most important part of the band. If I'm not into
kind of breaking it for me. In this
if I'm not into the vocals, I'm not into the whole band. It's really important for me. Yeah, I give it 2.5 out of 5.
I'll give it a 2, man.
Yeah. Cool vibe, just not feeling him. All right, next track up is Streetcar. I like the chords in this song. But there's one line. Dave, do you want to sing the line?
Here's my new address.
Yes. I really hate that part.
Okay, here's the point of the album.
guess.
Yeah, where I'm just like, is this deliberately bad? Is this some kind of joke?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you. I hate things that are deliberately bad. I hate jeans that you buy at the store that already have holes in them.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I hate albums that have like singers that deliberately try to sing like shit.
Okay.
I cannot stand that. Like those guys that do like the like whiny like like voices. Not for me.
Musically, I agree with you. But with movies, two of my favorite movies are Black Dynamite and Kung Pao, which is exactly that, where they're being bad on purpose.
Yeah.
You know? And I totally understand why people hate it, but I really like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not with you there because like Black Dynamite. Have you seen that movie?
I've not seen that movie.
Oh man, you'll hate it.
Who's in it?
It's Michael Jai White.
Okay.
He's like a karate expert guy, big, massive black guy.
It's like a joke, though, right?
Yeah, the movie is like, it's like a 70s blaxploitation movie, but he's just like, it's this hilarious. It's this one part which I can never forget it. He's like a police officer, and like he sends the witness and go get some donuts. So she goes into the donut shop, and outside the donut shop is a guy, with like what do you call it, like with flyers for the donut, and he's in a donut costume.
Yeah,
but he's got, you can see his shoes. So then the donut follows the girl in, and then it like zooms in on Black Dynamite's face. Like, huh? What's that? So then when they go in the donut shop, all you see is the donut walking, and then bang, like you just get shot. She's like, why did you shoot him, Black Dynamite? He's like, ain't no donut wearing no crocodile shoes. It's like, you're just wearing crocodile shoes. It's like,
but that's how those movies fucking work. Yeah,
it's like he's like making fun of it. But then there's some parts where like you can see the mic hanging down, whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess in that context you would hate it, but I think it's so funny. Yeah.
There's a different thing between like parody. Like parody is funny to me. Weird Al Yankovic is funny. Like when people make fun of something online or poke fun at like look at how bad this is. Yeah, that's different. But when something is made deliberately of low quality, it kind of makes me just like,
okay, there's different there.
There's a little bit of difference there.
I see.
And it's a fine line. Believe me, it's a fine line. Like, and that's why I can't specifically say what it is, but I can just kind of like point to it and be like, is this one of those things? Torn jeans is another.
Yeah, he sounds really. Here's my new address. Something
it's like they handed him a mic. They're like, "Hey, do you want to sing a song on this?" Oh, sure.
Yeah, I really hate that line. But the music I quite enjoyed. It's quite a cool riff, etc.
Again, the music's awesome.
Yeah, apparently, this was like his actual email address or something. Like that he's writing up, but no one ever contacted him.
Oh, that's even sadder.
Yeah, because there's a band, Funeral for a Friend. Have you heard of them? They're a band from my hometown. Jamie likes them. Funeral for a Friend, really good. If you never heard them, check them out. They've broken up now, but one of their songs is a phone number like being dialed, and like someone figured it out the number
actually
just from the and it's like this guy, he had to change his number or whatever. But that's what real fans would do, right? I would be super excited about that.
Yeah,
but this is a guy who literally put his actual email address, and no one ever thought to do it, so it says a lot to me.
Ouch. Yeah.
I know what you mean about being bad, though. I mean, what about like a guy who's in a band who's really not good enough to be in the band? And
this is a touchy subject because I feel like some people have gotten like, there's a band, and I'm sure I already talked about this, Allegiant. They used to have like a bunch of like overweight guys, big burly, like metalhead looking dudes.
Oh, okay.
And since their inception, since their birth, they have like slowly weeded out those guys that got like a record deal and they kicked out a bunch of like the guys that didn't look the part.
Okay.
But if you're talking about like pure skill and like can't
technically
play, can't sing, can't whatever.
Usually the drummer's the first to go because usually you make a band with your mates but the drummer needs to be, if the drummer is off, the whole band is off. That's really important. Yeah, I got a funny story actually because my friend, he used to be in a band like with this guy. Okay. They were best mates, but like as they were going up a bit, one guy was like, I need to quit and get a real job because I can't be doing this, whatever. And he was like, adamant, I'm going to be a rock star, whatever. So like this, my other friend, he got a job, house, an apartment, everything, girlfriend, all that shit.
Responsibility.
Yeah. But he let the other guy sleep on the sofa. Because he didn't have anywhere to stay, and he just give him like his own little room, whatever, like a pet or something.
Take care of him.
And he would go out and do his band, whatever. But he would keep getting kicked out of his band because like he was just doing like 10-minute guitar solos and like all this crazy shit, whatever. But anyway, but my friend's job, he was a substitute teacher. Like he would, go out and do that. And like, basically he was like his girlfriend was like pushing him, like, we can't live here with this
dude, you
guy
gotta
anymore.
get rid of this guy. Yeah.
So anyway, he's like, if you're not out here in the next month, we have to give you money or whatever. So if you're not out,
you're gonna have to give me
the money or whatever.
Rent.
So he didn't know what to do. So he's like, whatever. Anyway, I didn't see him for ages, but then I met up with him and I was like, oh yeah, well, how does it go? He's like, oh, you know what fucking happened? I was out one day, the phone rang, and he picked up the phone. This is one of the schools calling. And I was like, hey, can you come work at the school for a job, whatever?
Okay.
And this is the other guy. And he said, yeah.
So the guy that was living on the couch got a phone call to come work at a school?
Because the other guy's job was a substitute teacher.
Okay.
So the school contacted that number, but he was out. But the other guy picked it up. So he answered and was like, yeah, I'll come. Because he needed a job, right?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was like, a job just fell on my fucking lap.
Yeah, but it was like a really expensive like school, whatever.
So he made some good money.
No, but we went there. Like, you never heard this story, like something like this? You never heard anything like this before?
The wrong person got contacted?
No, it's crazy, right? So anyway, this is what happened, right? He tell me all this after. So basically, he went to the school, he dressed up in like, teachers, whatever. Yeah. And when he got there, he somehow blagged his way in there, just got away with it. Because they didn't have any photo ID or whatever.
Yeah.
This was like years ago. And then, he got in the class and was just like, fuck it. Apparently he was just like sitting on the table doing nothing. And then one day...
I'm sure those kids loved it. They were
Awesome. Well, no, but they were like, I want to study or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after, like, he heard like music, whatever. So they had a music class, right?
Okay.
So he went and they were playing like classical piano and cello and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, fucking this is fun. So when they came back, he's like, he drove home, grabbed all his gear.
Oh my God.
Came back in the school. I was like...
What is this fucking like... What's the stupid movie with Jack Black?
What's
the stupid movie called?
You never seen it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What's it called?
School of Rock.
It is School of Rock. This is really weird. I had a thought the other day. I was like, I wonder if Damien has seen School of Rock.
I've seen it. I don't know how many times.
Oh, you have seen it? I'm gutted,
yeah. Oh my God.
I can see your eyes. You were like, huh?
Like, wait a second.
Did you hear this before? Sorry. I wanted to see how far I could get with you to go on with it. I told Jamie last night, I was like, Jim, I'm going to read the whole School of plot to Damien.
That's awesome.
Because I was talking to Jim, I was like, I wonder if, do you reckon Damien's seen School of Rock?
That's like the Lion King thing in The Office. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My uncle died. Yeah.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to go, wait, but you didn't. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to get you back,
moving
actually.
on. Sorry, yeah. Anyway, Street Cop. I hate this song. I like the music.
Fuck
I hate
this song.
him. 2 out of 5.
Yeah. This is the worst song. Dude, I rarely like turn off tracks. Turn this shit off immediately.
Yep, 2 out of 5. I hate it.
Bye.
Next up is Teenager. Wow, I'm a big Coheed and Cambria fan. Super Coheed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Vibe from this. Maybe not from the actual Coheed band, but from Claudio Sanchez. He has like a side project, and
okay,
I really this reminded me a lot of that side project. So I guess they were kind of influenced in a way.
It definitely has that more mellow, in the groove kind of thing. Like I could imagine, I don't know, I just imagine like spinning lights and like
Oh yeah, that's right. I did read it. This is not technically a Deftones song.
Okay.
He's got like a side project called Team Sleep.
Okay.
And this is one of those songs, and they put it on here. Oh, that's a fucked up thing, though. Like, imagine you were doing side project stuff, and you wanted to put it on our album. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I'm sure it's happened, though.
It was fucked up how, like, if I had, like, my own songs, and I was like, oh, I want to put this on the album, you'd be like,
yeah.
No.
It's kind of, it happened to Iron Maiden opposite, though. Bruce Dickinson did Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter.
Okay.
Like, for a movie or something.
Okay.
And then Iron Maiden were like, oh, can we have that? And they re-recorded it as Iron Maiden.
Interesting.
But because it's a classic song though, but it's technically the opposite of that. So yeah, oh god, the fans must have fucking hated this then, because it's not technically Deftones. It's just Chino doing his own thing.
Right. Like I don't know what Deftones fans get out of the Deftones. Like, are they like, oh, I want it heavy? Or are they like, no, I want Chino
to
like, whine over some shit?
Let us know, Deftones fans. Our resident Deftones fans not here, but yeah, man. I think if it changed it up a little bit more in the song, it'd be more interesting. His voice is not strong enough to keep you there.
No. Yeah, so you need somebody with a little bit more, or do some more crazy effects and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Get weird with it.
But this sounds exactly like a Claudio Sanchez side project, and for me, I can listen to that really easily because I love his voice.
Yeah.
But this voice I just do not love. So yeah, Teenager. I mean, I think I've heard about people talk about this song, so I guess it's popular, but I just do not like it.
I mean, even the like title's just like lazy to me. I don't know. It feels like
it's called Teenager.
Like,
and it's like
whatever, dude. I don't know.
I got nothing to say about it. It's just
I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, me too. Teenager, guys, what do you think? I'm not into it. Like, just not liking it. Next up is Knife Party. Knife Party.
Hey, real quick, how is it spelled on your thing?
KNIFE.
Because mine on Spotify it's KNFRE or KNF. Yeah, KNFRE or something like that. Like, it's fucked up. There's no I. There's no vowel in the middle. This is again like one of those instances of like releases not matching up. And
let me check. No, it does say Knife Party.
Yeah. And I think some of the lyrics in the album sheet had been changed, like your little album sleeve, they had been changed to match like different things. I don't fucking know. Like, there's a bunch of misinformation and stuff that like just isn't lining up for me. What do you think about this track, though?
Well, I read up on it because I quite like that they're quite upfront about every song. Like, I didn't really look at the other ones, but like.
This has a different singer on it too, right?
Yeah.
A backing
that's
vocalist.
right. Yeah. Apparently, this is about like they just had knives on a bus and were just dancing around with it while high. So it's called Knife Party. So I quite like that. It's just straight up. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I think they were watching Eyes Wide Shut or something because it's got that
That's
kind
a
of
fucking weird movie.
I love that movie. Yeah.
It's
so good. Amazing. But yeah, this song grew. Should this be the first song? Like the intro is a bit more powerful, right?
Yeah, I like the chorus on it.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that stands out to me the most is just like
the label wanted this as the first single, but they were not having it.
Would have been a strong play.
Yeah, and there's a girl's voice on it. Her name is Rodleen Getzik or something. Apparently, she was just next door, and she was doing. I guess she was doing something. I guess, and they just got her in on it, and she's amazing.
Yeah, that fucking like weird like.
But when she comes into it, I was like, I don't listen to this guy anymore. Yeah. But get her back. Where's she?
Yeah. Which see, dude, that's the thing. If we could get a different vocalist to sing for the Deftones, they'd be a fucking killer band. Sorry, Deftones fans.
I totally agree. But I like the chords in this song. Good, really good song. Chords are great. And like it sounds. Do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like it's not perfect. It sounds like they're not recording to a click track. Whatever. Yeah. I like it's got like a live vibe to it. Like which is what we're gonna do our next CD. So. Like I
hope we capture that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, because like I think like we've the last two we've done has been with a click track, and it's fine. It's like technically good, but it doesn't have the energy. It just loses it. I'd rather us be like a few mistakes there or whatever, and still have capture the, what we just. I want to feel more energy.
I want that old like John Bonham feel. I want that like there's something in the room. There's like
exactly.
There,
And we're not getting it from it. And I get it from this song for definitely, musically anyway. And his vocals are pretty good, but mixed too high again. They're just way too high in the mix. He's not good enough to justify it.
I would agree with you on this one.
It's just way too high.
Yeah.
And when that girl comes in, I'm like, get her back on it. I don't want to listen to her. Yeah. So the narrative that we're spinning is Deftones music is decent and Chino's voice is not that decent. And we would like someone else to sing for them. So far they've had Scott Weiland on there, who I would imagine him singing these songs.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah,
and then this girl, Rodleen, who sounds fucking amazing.
She didn't have to sing. She just do that thing that she just did. Yeah.
Like, what's it called? Grey Gig in the Sky, Pink Floyd.
That's
just amazing. Like, it's great. Yeah, I don't know. I quite like it though. It grew on me a lot. I like the go get your knives. It's more of a catchy song, and the beginning's nice, the clean sound or whatever. Yeah, the guitarist, man, he's really good.
Yeah, but there's no heavy part here. Like,
yeah, that's true. But I like
that especially as a more mature listener now.
Yeah.
I reckon this is more accessible to me.
Yeah, definitely. When Deftones are not trying to be heavy, they're good. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, I like the song. I give it 3 out of 5.
I give it a 2.5 because it's still
fair enough. Yeah,
still missing something for me.
It grew on me a lot, but it's good. I quite liked it much better. But it should have been the beginning song, I reckon. And definitely they should have been the first single. Fucking hell. Very good. All right, next up. Okay, number 8 is Korea. I changed my mind. This should have been the beginning song.
Yeah.
I totally changed my mind. I forgot about this song.
Dude, that scream, he's like, dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, sounds like Mastodon. Has that like that Brent Hines like pterodactyl noise.
Yeah,
to
yeah. Oh, I totally
Man,
agree.
when he wants to scream, when he's in, it's fucking earth moving. Like,
that's why it's weird, because now I got to go back on everything I just said, because this is a good metal song and he sounds really good on it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the drugs then, because this song original title was White Pony. So apparently it's about some form of cocaine, I guess, a really potent form, whatever. So yeah, but wow, really good. I guess this is before they did the cocaine, because it's a good song. I think it's a good metal song too. It sounds like to me like they did this first before they got fucked up, and everything else was just after.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. This is a good, really, really good.
I had read that Chino said that as a change was when they really started like coming together and like writing songs together.
Oh, okay.
If this is pre that, like, I want that old, and maybe that's what like Deftones fans are like. Maybe this is the line in the sand for them. Like, maybe Deftones used to be a heavier. I've not listened to anything before this, so
yeah. I know the Back to School song, and that was terrible.
Yeah,
but I like this. It's
I do like this. Yeah,
yeah. They're doing good. Cool riff. It's a good metal song overall. His voice sounds great. Screams are cool. This should have been. If this was the first track, I think maybe I'd have been more into it. It's coming like 8th track on the fucking album. Like,
yeah, man.
Remember, this is the time when people listen to albums as from
Front
track 1, right? Yeah. So, like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, like, it's too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into the first couple of songs.
It's like they're trying to like test people, test their record label, test listeners, test themselves. I don't know. I don't know why you would intentionally. I mean, I do. I like to make bad choices and intentionally fuck things up sometimes. So maybe I can kind of understand it, but
why did they change it to Korea?
I don't know.
Why? Because if it was called White, that's a fine title, isn't it? White Pony. The album's called White Pony.
Dude, it would have totally made sense.
Yeah, I wonder why they changed it to Korea. What the fuck? I guess he saw Korea on a map or something random like that. It's a good song though. I mean, I was surprised. I was not expecting it to get better, because this song is really good.
You hit this point in the album, you're like, okay.
So I quite like it. So I'm gonna give it 3.
Give it a 4.
Yeah, but yeah, I was getting bored after the last couple, but these last 3 songs are I quite like. Really good. This is quite a bottom heavy album. Next up, track 9 is Passenger featuring Maynard.
Well,
Damien, take it away.
This whole time we've been talking about what happens if you swap out singers, and
I know.
Look at this, you get some fucking gold. Even then, I still had to listen to this song a couple times to be like, is he saving the album for me? Like the whole thing? Not really. This one track stands out in particular, and if you go and look at Deftones' top 5 plays on Spotify, it's Changing the House of Flies, and then My Own Summer Shove It, and then this song Passenger is like number 3 right now. That says a lot. That like if somebody else singing on your track is your top 3 like tracks of all time, maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe you need to change what you're
I'm with you there.
doing. But all that said and done, fucking Maynard kills it. He slays it on this track.
I'd heard this song before, because obviously I like Tool, so I'd heard this before, and I think really good riff, great guitar tone, the bass, like the really clean bass, whatever, the vibe. It's fucking, when he starts singing, I'm like, oh, okay, Chino's voice comes in, whatever. He's kind of like, I don't know, hamming it up a little bit. And then as soon as, even like when you hear his back, he just has the backing at the beginning, like he answers it. It's kind of like a, and then like, I can't explain it. Like, so it feels like Chino's like really forcing, like you said he looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And like, it feels like Maynard is just so smooth and natural.
Yep.
He's barely out of fucking second gear,
Yeah.
And he just takes over the song. And you're like, thank God for that. And at the time I was like, I want to turn this album off and listen to Tool, because it literally made me just I want to listen to Maynard now.
This sounds like a perfect circle. This sounds like Tool. Like, I'm sorry, like Maynard without Tool. Like, man. he saves it.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't originally supposed to be on it or something. I don't know how they got him on there, but like that would be kind of, how would you feel, Dame, if like there's like another, not just backing is fine, but like we were like, oh, we want another guy to lead the vocals over this. Dude, how do you feel about that?
Like let's zoom out and be like, okay, you get somebody else to sing on it, like somebody that's like another close friend of, or like another big band, like
like someone from like
somebody from Orchard, and then let's say that song takes off. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, fuck. What am I?
This is one of the most well-known songs, and
the lesson there is like, what do they do? What is that? What is it that's working? What is it that's clicking? You know, can you set your own ego aside enough to be like, okay, I'm doing something wrong and bad. How can I change a little bit, or how can I work to my strengths a little bit more on a professional level? On a personal level, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, this is my band, and you can't steal it, and you can't steal my time on the CD and stuff. So.
Yeah, I got to give him respect for let him take over, because like Maynard sings a big portion of this
somebody
song.
Like Maynard, you're not going to say no, especially if they're an influence. Dude, if Maynard kicked down the door and was like, I'm singing on the next 4 tracks, and you're going to sit down and shut up. Okay.
I think we had an email from, I think it was from Aurelian. He said that when they do it live, I think Hayley Williams took over Maynard's part sometimes.
Who's
from
that?
Paramore.
Oh, from Paramore?
Yeah. That sounds kind of cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, Maynard is fucking so good on this.
But it's funny. Is Maynard's register that high that he has to have like a chick come in and sing his parts for him?
I wonder what it sounds like. I might Google that later.
We should see it if we can find it.
But fucking hell, this is Deftones song, and I've as soon as he sounds all right. He's okay, but as soon as Maynard comes in, I'm like, here we go. This is good.
See, you don't want like somebody to listen to your album and then go, I want to listen to a different band now.
Yeah, I was actually like,
that's bad.
I can't wait to finish this to move on to a Tool, But yeah, this is a good song. I got to give them a really, really good song. So props to the rest of the band for this song, because if they wrote this, it's really, really good. But like, I don't know, I just feel like Chino's hamming it up, and
especially when you're put up against somebody like Maynard.
But the last song was really good. I thought he did really, really well on that song. But then this song I was like, oh god.
I think it's interesting that they waited this long. Maybe it's smart that they put this song this far back in the album too. Make people dig for it a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want people to be like, But then it's a really, really good song, and it's one of the most popular songs. So I don't know. I think Maynard sounds great on this song, and the vibe is good, and just Chino's just not up to scratch. It's like when we did the Limp Bizkit album, and there's one song with Jonathan Davis takes over, and I was like, as soon as he comes on, I was like, that's one of John Davis's best performances. Like, and wow, I really, really like this song, but without Maynard, would I love it? I don't know. The riff's really good, so I give the riff is worth about 1.5. Chino's worth about 5, and Maynard is worth
2.
Yeah, 1.5 because there's still Chino in the background. So I give it a 3.5.
I give this bad boy a 4, dude. It's a good track.
It is good though. Yeah. All right, so the next one is called "Change in the House of Flying." So Dave, you'd mentioned this a few times now.
Yeah.
Did you know this song before?
Yes. What's it? Queen of the Damned soundtrack?
Movie. I'd seen the post of that. I'd never seen it.
They like use this track like crazy.
What was that movie like?
I have not seen it in a good 10 years, but I thought it was really cool and really well done. Because John Davis does all the singing parts for the main character vampire.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I'd seen the post, I'd never actually seen it. No. Oh, okay.
It's probably really cheesy now. It's probably really bad. I'm sure there's bad CGI and stuff in there.
Yeah, CGI always fucks it, right? Yeah, so did you like the song in general?
Yes, and this was one of those this song was like, oh, I know, I'll check out the Deftones, because maybe every song is like this.
Yeah.
Every song is not like this. Every song is trying to get close to this and missing the mark. So.
Yeah. Well, I'd never heard of the song, but I'd heard of it, I didn't know.
Man, it's a banger. Like.
Yeah, because Architects covered it.
Really?
They do a cover of it.
How is that?
It's really good. But like, I didn't know it was Deftones. I just thought I knew it was a cover.
Yeah.
They don't really. They do like Bon Iver covers and stuff. Like Bon Iver, the like acoustic guy. Bon Iver.
Okay.
Bon Iver is Bon Iver. I think people
However you want to say that. Yeah. I still don't know who that is, but I've heard the name.
It's a band. The guy sings. It's just really, really, really cool. It's really cool because like it's all acoustic kind of.
Yeah.
But he tunes his guitar to like drop A, so when he sings, his voice is so high, even though he's not actually singing high. Do you know what I mean?
Weird. Okay.
So he's playing an acoustic guitar, but it's like tuned really low. So then he can sing like really like chilled out, but it sounds really high.
Oh, because of the tuning.
Because they're tuning so low. It's really cool. Yeah, man, I'm not sure if you like it, but I love. There's a song called Blood Bank, which Architects cover. It's one of my favorite acoustic songs ever. It's just like it's just about being at a blood bank, and
okay.
The lyrics are brilliant. I really like that band, but they did a cover of that, and I was like, oh, this is really fucking cool. But then I obviously I listened to this. I was like, oh, I remember now Architects, and you're right. I think it's why does this song work for me, but a lot of the others don't? What is the
magical formula that has caused this to be like? This is one of the top like nu metal tracks. This is a really good song, really well. It doesn't get. The riff is played over and over again, but it doesn't get boring. It doesn't get I don't get sick of it when I listen to it.
Yeah, it's grown me a lot. Like just good atmosphere
and
mood,
the mood, whatever.
There. Yeah, you're right. Why does this work and the other ones don't? Because all right, we have been kind of critical about our taste, etc.
Yeah.
But I feel really weird because I'm literally saying the stuff that I just hated, I love on this track. So is it just like they were just so fucked up on drugs, their performances were shit, or I don't know what it is, but this is a really good song, and I
really
can't understand why it doesn't work with the other songs. It's very strange. I wonder why. I can't really put my finger on it.
It's perplexing, man. It's really weird. I wonder if it's another like is this going to be one of those? I haven't listened to any Papa Roach, but like, Papa Roach is the one hit.
Yeah.
Like everybody's gonna be like, I want it to be like that, and then you go listen to it, and you're like, it's not that. Like, what is it? Why is this such a one hit wonder? Like, I mean, I'm sure there's Deftones fans that'll like argue with me, but
yeah. Well, email us at weshouldhavegonetouniversity@gmail.com. I would like to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, good song. 4 out of 5.
You're going to give it a 4?
Yeah.
Damn, I'll give it a 5.
I think it's my favorite
on the album. This has been a part of my life for a long... So just based off nostalgia, it gets another 1 point, but...
Yeah, 4.
5.
All right, last track for me anyway. Pink Maggot. That's how it's spelled. Not maggot with an I. Weird. The last... How many songs? Change, I like. Passenger, I like. Korea, I like. Knife Party, I like. So the last 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 songs.
12 songs or 11 songs?
On this album?
Yeah.
Well, I've got 11.
See, so that's where things got fucked up, because the version I have has Back to School as the first track on here.
What the fuck?
And then Mini Maggot is the like in the parentheses kind of thing for it.
Mini Maggot?
That's why I'm like fucked up over. I was like, oh, it's like Maggot something, but it's Back to School. And so you keep saying Back to School, and like I've heard that track because I've been listening to it for the last month.
I had no idea it was on this album.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man.
No idea.
See, it's the release problem.
Yeah. But
anyways,
Pink Maggot. Fucking hell, I hate his vocals on the intro. What a vibe killer. They should have ended it the last song.
They should have ended it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been memorable.
The music builds really well, but his voice is just really boring. And
how long is this track? It's like, what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that? Like the album itself is almost
an hour.
Almost an hour. If you'd have dropped this, like, you have a really memorable album with a couple tracks that stand out. Instead, you throw this like bullshit on the end. I don't know, man.
Yeah, for me, this album is like the last 4. The end of it is amazing, but this last one song is just rubbish. I hated it. Like, I just don't like. He just goes back to the that vocal style again. It's boring.
I think it works for him sometimes, but
once again,
all the time.
I'm really interested to listen to other Deftones, because I bet it's like hate, love, hate, love.
Right.
There's probably like some diamond songs in there, so I might check out more now and go back and listen to them. But yeah, this song is shit. Really shit. God, I was bored.
Real quick, I read an interview with him where he talked about basically like he was writing. I had this realization that all these bands that had come out around that time, around the 2000, that had like hit their peak around 2000, 2001.
Yeah,
they had been writing songs for kids in high school, and he talks about like Chino talks about like, oh, I wrote this song for like some kids in high school, and I just want them to know that like their situation can get better and they're in control of it, and like all you got to do is like basically like it was the equivalent of like all you got to do is apply yourself and your life will get better. Like, can you? I don't know if you remember being 16, but when you're 16, like life sucks, everything sucks. Like people like just hate you. The world is bleak. Like at least that's how I felt when I was that age. And to have like your hero tell you like just keep your chin up. it's your fault that like you feel so bad, that would make you feel like shit. You'd be like, oh man, it compounds the like depressive cycle you're already in, like psychologically speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I want to like this band, but at its core, at its center, is this guy who just seems to be making himself, not only he says things that are douchey, but he sings douchey, and like lyrically, he's just like, I don't know, I wrote a song about some knives, about some cocaine.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for your honesty, but honestly, you're a douche.
See, I quite like the upfrontness about the songs. Like, you know, just saying this is what it's about, etc. Yeah. But yeah, if I'd have read that interview, I'd definitely felt like that. Yeah.
Like, can you look back on your highs, on like the music that's influenced you in your life, and then think about like, it's not necessarily coming from a heartfelt place. It's coming from a place of, I need to make some money, and kids that are emotionally damaged in school are the easiest way to do this for me.
Yeah.
Like, that seems kind of fucked up to me.
Yeah.
Is what I ultimately dawned upon me.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. Maybe I'm getting too...
No. I mean, that's what, you know, that's what, especially that time, being 16, etc.
It's exploitive. You know, exploitative?
Exploitative. Yeah.
Exploitative. To just write songs just to like try and appeal to a certain, like, how old is Chino when he's writing this shit? He's like 30?
Guess so.
You know? Writing songs
younger.
for kids half his age, and he's telling them like, oh, it's your fault that you suck. It's not that like the school system sucks or like your parents or whoever. That's what I like about John Davis, is he's always like playing the victim and then applying that to like the listener.
Okay.
You are the victim because you listen to this. I know how you feel. Life sucks, but it gets better, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, well,
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I guess that's how it's different then. That's how you relate to Korn and you don't to
Absolutely.
Deftones. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I don't like this song. I don't like the way that it ends, but the last couple of songs are really good. Overall, I quite enjoyed the song.
What would you give the album overall?
I don't know. From a track 1 to the end, like I think its beginning is like it's all right, but it ends quite strong, and then the last song's really bad.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, I give it a 3, I think.
I give it a 2.5.
Yeah.
I'd slam it like right in the middle.
Yeah.
You can't like hate it. You can't be like, this is a bad album, because there's some really good songs on there.
Yeah, I do. I just like the Maynard part. I really don't want to listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So let me give you Jamie's overall quickly. He gave basically everything 4 or 5. Passenger, he gives 6. And
you can't give a 6, Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Jamie says that Chino is the best lyricist.
What's that? You think Chino sucks? Wow,
He's
Jamie.
the best lyricist, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
pretty harsh. I'm going to email Chino and tell him you think he sucks.
Yeah. It's funny. Oh, we had another email from Tim, the
cool.
Scottish guy. He
Let's
said,
hear it, man.
talking of Deftones, that's the band that inspired my one big new metal fashion crime of the 90s.
Uh-oh. What is it?
I copied Chino Moreno's bleached hair of the Around the Fur era.
Dude, those are it's so bad. Have you seen it? You
No,
should pull
no,
a picture
no,
of
no.
Chino's bleached hair.
I thought it was so cool. Thought the Deftones were the coolest thing going and had the baggiest jeans and tops possible, and bleached that hair, even though being ginger, not a good look. He's ginger too.
Oh, no. Well, good on you,
You used
man.
to like dress like Jonathan Davis.
Oh,
or
totally.
something.
Yeah.
See, I don't think I did. Like I was awful. Like I remember just buying like an Iron Maiden shirt and chucking that on, and that was it. Yeah, I never really did that. But I had a Slipknot hoodie for a while.
Oh, nice.
That was cool. But and I was too much into sports and shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not bad. Anyway, so if you have any thoughts or disagreements, you can email us at weshouldhavegonetouniversity@gmail.com. Tweet us at Gone to Uni Pod. We have a Patreon account, which is Patreon. We should have gone to university. If you want to throw us some money for some snacks,
Chuck us
whatever.
a buck, dude.
I know.
Come on.
And what else? I mean, next week we're gonna do Tool and Ema.
Yep.
Hopefully Jamie will be here to talk about that.
Whatever.
But yeah, he's a bit busy. Anyway, what else is going on? What else? I don't know. I mean, Deftones, I'm gonna listen to more, but not amazing. So
you know what's going on? New Korn album and new Tool album and new Slipknot album, all within the next couple months.
Oh, really?
Here. Yeah,
that'd be
they're
cool.
coming out quick, so we should have some more stuff to talk about. And
well, I think
listen to.
if any of those bands put new shit out, we should do it because it'd be cool to.
Man, that'd be nice. Yeah, jump in the future a little bit. Yeah.
Because any of those, any bands from back then that have got new albums. So we'll just have a review.
Let's talk about it.
That'd be cool. Yeah, and also if you're listening to us on the podcast app, please give us a rating and review on iTunes because it helps people find it more. And
come follow us.
We need those stories, guys. Send us your stories, your band stories, shitty band members, crazy tour stories, whatever, all that bullshit. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm off. See you next week, guys.
Bye.